Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm
Still a piece of garbage. Still a piece of garbage. Still a piece of, still a piece of, still a piece of garbage. Still a piece of, still a piece of, still a piece of garbage. Definitely on crack right now.
So, episode 12 of My Hero. Bro, when it comes to this episode in particular, I'm gonna be honest. I am kind of at a loss for words. Because leaving off of the last episode, basically where Bakugo ended up... yeah, that. It kind of put a lot more emphasis on the notion that shit ain't sweet no more, right? Because for the most part during this season so far, there have been some pretty gruesome casualties that have happened during these episodes, and it's kind of shifted my mindset into thinking that each episode going forward was going to be on like some vigilante Deku arc levels of seriousness, and that I should just forget about seeing any type of goofy shit. Welp. Come to find out I was wrong, because I just saw one man stop another man dead in his tracks using nothing but his bare blue booty cheeks.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Like, think of it from my perspective. I am looking into this with no form of expectations that there is going to be any form of goofiness at all going forward in this entire season. I am on the verge of thinking that this is some Attack on Titan level of seriousness. So obviously there was no fiber of my being that was ever expecting this man to full send his yams onto my screen. So as you could imagine, I genuinely had to take a step back and just process the gravity of what I just witnessed. And the part about it that was the most baffling was that it freaking worked. Like, deadass, my thought process was the same as Sakura's when Naruto busted out the reverse Diddy party jutsu on Kaguya. But like, aside from my astonishment with the actions of BBL Drizzy over here, I gotta comment on the fact that I have noticed that there have been a considerable amount of L's taken in this specific episode, one of which I'll discuss later in the video, but the first two that I gotta really bring up are like, the obvious ones. Shoto and Endeavor. So first let me start with Shoto, because this man really spent all that time binging Ben 10 to learn how to make cold flames like Ultimate Big Chill, just to get completely little broed by Dabi. Yo, big up Ben 10 UA by the way. But if I was Shoto, I know I'd be about mad as hell if I spent all this time trying to learn this move that can literally break the laws of physics, only for it to not work, and on top of that, this man Dabi learned that shit in 0.2 seconds. Just by seeing it. Now at that point, you got it, bro. Because clearly you are the prodigy and I was never meant to be here. So yeah, in Shoto's section, things aren't looking too good. And like father like son, we got the same situation on Endeavor's side. So apparently All For One had this last resort trump card that basically allowed him to use Aries' quirk to rewind his body back into its prime. And bro turns into a whole ass Chad. And to make matters even more disrespectful, this man floats down to the battlefield and flash steps behind baby girl right here to steal her quirk and her drip because he wants to look good before he beats everybody's ass. Wait a minute. Hold up. I know this man did not just steal Natsu's drip! Bro! Tell me that is not Natsu's scarf right there. Nah, bro, nah. You're not gonna tell me this man hasn't been watching 100-Year Quest Under the Quiet. But then he finally reveals what his true motives are in all of the things that he's doing right now. He says his goal is to ruin the future of the entire world. Now, when you really let that sink in, you realize that that is a really intimidating thing to say as a villain, because really and truly, that could low-key mean a lot of things. Now, granted, I'm not certain what he means by this, but I don't put it past this man to go so far as to recreating the Eclipse scene from Berserk. And that's why a statement like this coming from someone like All For One really puts into perspective how much of a threat to society this man truly is. Now, those are the two main L's, right, that stood out to everybody. But this next one kind of had me looking a bit baffled, to say the least. Like, I don't even know how many of y'all would really consider this an L or not, but this is just kind of more of a personal L, to be honest. Edshot basically replacing Bakugo's heart with his body. Yeah, I don't know about that, my boy. Like, alright, let me explain. Like, I get that it can be looked at from the perspective that Bakugo is just that valuable of an asset from the hero's point of view, right? But it can also be looked at from the perspective that this man Edshot is wholeheartedly accepting the fact that he is just not Himothy, as a pro-hero on top of it. Now, bro probably came to the conclusion that since he's gonna get fodderized eventually by Shigaraki and his freaking chicken fingers. Bro probably thought he ain't got nothing to lose no more, right? But I'm not gonna lie, stepping up to plant yourself inside of a kid's body is crazy work, bro. Like, I really don't know how I could feel about being inside of another man's body like that. And yes, slather the paws all over that statement. And even more so, Bakugo's body? The nigga who's always freaking angry and screaming. Like, bro, I already know this man's heart rate is gonna be crazy 24/7. And I'm gonna be in that bitch struggling to keep up with this man's blood pressure. But like, when I was watching this scene, I kinda got the same impressions as when like they were about to revive Erwin in Attack on Titan and he came back from the brink of death to slap that syringe out of his face and be like, just revive the youth, I don't want no part of this shit no more. Like, I feel like this man Edshot was on the exact same wavelength as Erwin and just decided to like take an early leave from the battlefield at this point. Which, I'm gonna be honest, who can really blame, bro? However, you're still gonna be remembered as the guy who literally penetrated a miner's body. Just saying, bro. But even in spite of all the L's that we've been taking on the hero side, I feel like that's about to change soon, because lo and behold, this man Midoriya finally pulled up on the scene. And in disrespectful fashion too, by literally drop kicking this man Shigaraki on sight. Bro, it's about damn time! Because I'm gonna be honest, I got a little bit tired now of seeing this man Shigaraki just no-diffing everybody in sight. So when the next episode drops, I will be expecting to see the most devious get back in anime history. Because I know when bro sees that man Bakugo's laid out body, he is going to be on some feral shit.